Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Phish Phry podcast. I'm your dad host, Bobby.
And I'm Oliver.
And today we are here talking about
Sigma Oasis
from 2020. Now, I gotta be honest. I like the album.
Yeah. Especially since a lot of stuff was going on in 2020.
Really? What was going on?
Coronavirus.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot all about that.
Yeah, and there was bats in our house.
We did have bats in our house in 2020.
Yeah, so there was a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, and the bats are fixed and Corona's fixed, right?
Yeah.
Totally fixed.
Hope. I hope. A wave of hope right now.
That's right. Big wave of hope. Now, I have to say, when I first dove into Phish about a year and a half ago,
I didn't even know about this album.
Yeah, but Sigma Oasis was one of the first songs that I heard that we listened to and we got back into. So, like, I feel like that song kind of has like a little special place.
Yeah.
What do you think of the album as a whole?
Great starter album.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I mean, I see the songs are generally you can hand them to anybody, so I get that. Well, let's dive into the set list, the track list.
Can I see
them? Yeah.
Okay. First up, we have Sigma Oasis. Second, Leaves. Third, Everything Is Right. Fourth, Mercury. Fifth, Shade. Sixth, Evening Song. Seventh, Steam. Eighth, Life Beyond a Dream. And ninth, the last one, Thread.
So this is interesting about this album. They recorded it in their studio barn.
Okay.
This is where the picture is too, like of the album. That's at their barn.
Their farmhouse?
Yeah, I think so. And then they put it out on April 2nd, 2020. Like pretty much the world had just locked down. First of March, I think. Or end of March.
And it was right before spring break.
Well, I'll tell you what. In Alabama, it was right about this time because we had a drive-by birthday party for Nora.
Oh, yeah.
And her birthday's at the end of March. So it was right around this time.
Yeah, it was right before spring break, I think.
So basically, we get locked down at home, and they released this album. Wouldn't it have been a lot more fun to listen to this album during COVID?
Yes, because then it would make us, like Sigma Oasis, I forgot how it goes. It's the fear's an illusion.
Yeah.
Like, they're just trying to make you fear of coronavirus, even though it was pretty common in that place, but now it's just not that common. So it's sort of like they're knowing that it's going to pass.
Yeah, I think so.
So, yeah.
I agree with that. They didn't write it about coronavirus.
They're just like talking about how 2020 was.
But it's very appropriate. And they said this. They said, when we recorded the album, we didn't plan to release it this way because they just released it like super early than they planned. But today, because of the environment we're all in, it just feels right. We don't know the next time we're all going to be able to be together, and this is an opportunity we have. This is an opportunity to have a moment where the Phish community can share something despite being physically separated.
That's so cool. It's like a famous speech.
Yeah.
Who said that?
It just says the band released it in a statement.
Okay, but
so I don't know that.
One question about it. And y'all might be wondering this too, some of y'all. Whose farmhouse is it? Like the barn, who
owns it?
Yeah, who owns it?
It's a very good question. My first thought is
I think it's Tom's.
No, I do not know this at all, but my assumption is the band owns it. Like Phish, company. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. I thought it was like one of theirs because they used to they just bought it because they didn't think that they would use it much, just for something. And then they used it for a studio. Yeah.
My second guess that if it's not like the company Phish owns it, my assumption is that Trey owns it.
Yeah, that was. At first I was going to say Mike, but now
I think
it's Trey.
Basically, if Trey doesn't own it, then Phish as a company owns it. But I like this album. I don't like it as, let me be honest, I don't like it as much as I thought I was going to. Does that make sense? I thought I was going to like this album a lot more than I did.
I thought I was going to not...
You thought you were going to like it less?
Yeah, I thought I was not going to like it more than Billy Breathe, but now I'm just so much into it.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to like it a whole lot more.
But
I do think it's a great starter album. I agree with you on that.
The spotlight of the whole show is either it's either Sigma, Oasis, and A Life Beyond a Dream, I think.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
I like it too. What's your number one pick?
Ooh.
Number one.
Well, I have to go with Sigma Oasis.
Yeah. I kind of see that for you.
Yeah.
I remember you would just jam it in your room a lot.
Yeah, like, it gives me the Christmas vibes, because whenever I got, like, this Lego set for Christmas last year, I listened to Sigma Oasis while I was building the Lego set.
Okay.
And so it just gives me that vibes.
I get that. I like seeing it live.
Yes.
That was
Especially
fun.
the jam that you got to hear.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. My number one pick is Mercury.
Huh?
My number one pick is Mercury.
I'm surprised it's not Sigma Oasis.
No.
Even though we have scripted down, I thought that was your second.
No, I think Mercury is my favorite track off this album. It's got so many different parts to it. It's kind of like a little progressive rock. It's got some, like, to me at least, Emerson, Lake and Palmer vibes. I know you don't really know who they are. But, like, it's got a lot of the stuff I like in it.
Well, now since you jumped to Mercury, that's my second pick.
Look at us.
I like the funk to it at the beginning.
Okay.
It's sort of funky to me.
Okay.
And then whenever the vocals get in, it's even more funkier to me. I just think that.
I thought for a long time he said, days that are met with loneliness aid and abet this loneliness.
I thought it meant, I just like the part, days that are met with loneliness.
But what he says is, days that are met with onlyness.
I thought it was loneliness.
I did too. I was singing that way for a long time. And I was like, let's look at these lyrics.
And then I was literally looking at the lyrics today, and it looked like loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
And,
nope. Onlyness.
Onlyness. It looked like it said loneliness, but it's onlyness.
Yep.
And I like the net is...
The nets, that's what I was going to say. My favorite part of it is at the very end. But the net's unbreakable, so don't worry about falling. The voice that you ignore might be your future calling. Alone we're tossed about like a bottle in the sea, but together we ascend, and only then escape this gravity.
And then I like that... Oh, wait, no, that's on a different song.
But the other part that I really dig is the way they're singing it is...
I like whenever the jam, and then they come back with Tonight's Right. I love whenever they jam into that. Like they come out of a jam, and they're all singing in harmony, Tonight's Right or something, and then they go down, and then they jam again, and then they come back for the ending. I like that.
I like the part where they're saying the tomb of the Red Queen is painted in vermilion.
I know.
Do you know what vermilion is?
No, but...
You know what? I don't either.
But I just hear it say, it's painted in vermilion.
Yep. It's an orange-red color. So the tomb of the Red Queen is painted in vermilion. It's painted... I love that part.
Yeah.
That's...
It's cool.
The tag at the end with the net's unbreakable and the tomb of the Red Queen is probably some of my favorite parts of it. And it just gets stuck in my head.
I know.
So, you said your second pick is Mercury, so we agree on that one. My second pick is Everything's Right.
Okay, that's interesting.
And I think because subconsciously, they're kind of saying the same thing. You know, at the end of Mercury, he's saying the net's unbreakable. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about falling. Everything's right. It's like, hey, everything's right, so just hold on. Everything's right, so just hold tight. Like, you can take a risk and it's going to be okay.
Yeah, like, it's sort of relating back to Sigma Oasis.
Yeah, a little bit.
But they did they know that COVID was coming?
Well, I think I mean, we knew COVID was a possibility because the news was reporting it over in Asia, and as it just kind of was moving around.
Okay, so then,
but I don't think anybody expected it to be as...
Yeah, because they were probably still working on this album, and then they released it, so they changed some of the lyrics, probably.
I don't know. That's a...
Because then if...
I really don't think they wrote any of these songs about coronavirus at all.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But
I think they were just writing it, and then it just so happened the world gets into this pandemic, and they release this album. But
I think they were just writing it about like everything's gonna be okay or something like that. But they didn't even know that COVID was coming, and then whenever COVID strikes, then it just forms as that stuff, and then they release it, and so they don't even know. So it turns out as a good album.
But I do think, I don't think they knew COVID was going to be as crazy as it was.
Yeah.
But I do think the fact that they had this album and they released it when they did probably helped a lot of people.
Yes. Probably gave people a wave of hope.
Yeah, exactly. And a life beyond the dream.
A wave of hope should have been on this.
A wave of hope would have been good on this. I agree with you on that. All right, what's your honorable mention?
Thread.
Interesting. Why Thread?
So, the way Mike's playing the guitar at the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
I love that part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love that part. And then it just reminds me of the line. The way that he's playing the bass.
Okay.
So
that's interesting.
That's why I like it.
That's very interesting. I'm trying to see how you got Thread and the line from Fuego together. But that's an interesting...
Yeah.
I'll have to listen to those back later. My honorable mention is Steam. It's fun.
Yes.
I don't know that this has happened at a concert. I did not take the time this week to check it out. But in my brain, when they play this at a live concert, it's like Fog Machine City as much as he can. You know what I'm saying?
That would actually be a killer show.
I think they did that with foam. One of the first times they played foam, but the foam keeps getting thicker. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
and he just had so much fog in the room that it was real hard to see. So, do you think this album you could give to anybody and they'd dig it?
Yeah, like I said, it's a great starter album.
So let me ask you this. This is a tough one. Because before we talked about how Fuego as a whole was a good starter album.
Yes.
And I know we talked about Billy Breathes being a good starter album.
And Lawn Boy.
You think Lawn Boy?
Yeah.
Where does this stack up in that list?
Okay, probably third.
Okay, so number one for you would be
Lawn Boy.
Number two would be
Billy Breathes.
Number three would be
Sigma Oasis, and number 4 would be Fuego.
Interesting.
That's what I'd say.
I do think this is a good starter album. I feel like overall it's a little slow. Like it doesn't have like any big rock type tracks.
Not like Hoist or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or Fuego.
But I definitely think it would be a good starter album. It'd probably be in my top 5. If I have to pick,
yeah.
Billy Breathes.
Okay.
Fuego.
Okay.
I'll go Sigma Oasis.
Okay.
Then I'll go Hoist.
Okay.
And then...
Lawn Boy.
No.
I think Lawn Boy would be a great start. Ghost.
Story
of the Ghost, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that post that you said.
Oh, man. But Joy. I think Joy would be a good one.
Oh, yeah.
That's tough.
Well,
we need to come up with a list, write down our exact list, and we need to put that out there.
At the end,
maybe
when
for
we
our
record
members.
For the white tape, we should make a list and tell all the ones that we go and rate them 1 out of 10.
We got to do that, and we'll do that for our members.
And forgot what I was gonna say, but like you said, like you showed me 1,000 times. and made me listen to it. The ghost when you're on the back of the worm.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
From Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
on the back of the worm.
Yeah,
I think I know who you are. And so it was just so fun.
That's fun. Like,
I know.
You could tell the guys were just having fun on that track.
I know.
We're gonna do a full review of that release.
I'm so sad that it's closing, but I'm excited for season 2.
Yep. So, speaking of that, we will be back next week. Even though this is the last of those 2 albums, we forgot one.
No.
And I don't know why I didn't include it in the beginning.
Well, I think I know why.
Why?
You don't really see it much. You just see Junta as the first one on some music.
Yeah.
But then whenever it's on their live albums.
Mm-mm.
The White Tape, I thought it was.
Mm-mm. I don't know why I didn't include it in the beginning.
Yeah,
but there's a reason. I just can't go back to March or April of last year and remember.
Didn't we promise them that we will tell them about how we made up our name?
We will, but that's for members only.
Oh, yeah.
So, in 2 weeks, we'll be back, and we're going to get the White Tape and review it, and then that's it for season 1, dude.
We're wrapping it up already.
Like, that's it. Like, we're doing their newest album, and then next 2 weeks, we're going to be doing their oldest album. And then that's it for season 1.
Don't forget to come to our social albums. Are we done yet?
I guess we're done. You're starting to wrap it up, huh?
I guess. Is there anything else that you want to say about this?
No,
okay.
I don't.
Don't forget to go to. We're all on our social
networks.
Mm-hmm. Phish Phry podcast with all PHs.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to tell everybody, even your mom.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget to, if you want to get VIP in season 2, don't forget to go to our network, I think.
Do you remember what it is? I'm impressed you've gotten this far. This is great.
You go to, I don't know.
Okay. I'm very impressed you got this much, but that's awesome. It's patreon.com/Phish Phry pod.
Don't forget to pay $5.
Yeah, let's talk about this for a second. $5 a month, and you get extra podcast. They get to help vote on what live album we're going to talk about.
And they get to know why
they get to submit a jam of the week that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And so
you might even get your comment.
Yeah.
On one
we'll call out the people that subscribe us as members and friends.
And just join the season 2.
Yep.
Though there is a little expense to it.
Yeah. But if they're enjoying it,
yeah,
it's been free for this long.
You don't. Yeah,
it's $5.
If you don't like it, you don't have to get it.
That's exactly right.
And
we'll still be friends.
Yeah, we're still friends. We don't care. I mean, we don't like paying a bunch of money.
Yeah.
But
if it's something we enjoy, we will.
Yes.
It's true.
But
like all those Robux and what is it on Fortnite? V-Bucks. That's right. What else can they do?
Tell their dog about Phish Phry podcast. Tell their pet fish.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't make.
Obviously, tell your pet fish.
Just don't tell them about the fry.
No, don't mention the fry part.
But don't forget to come surrender to the flow with us.